What does it take to reach your goal? What message converts best? We want to trigger the consumer action. It's essential to know what resonates with your audience.
Welcome to our kitchen, where we're not just cooking up a delicious pasta dish today, but also serving you some savory insights into the world of content marketing.
I'm Niels, managing partner at the Fuss Agency, a content studio based in Antwerp. We are all about helping companies to reach their preferred audience and to communicate with them in a creative and effective manner. I want to talk about the fuss around content marketing, what content creation is, and how content marketing can change how you do business. So let's kick off with the definition of content marketing. It's a very broad definition that includes all the pillars that we will talk about today. Let's break it down directly here. It's a strategic marketing approach. It's a tactic that you can use to grow your business and to reach more people. Other examples of marketing tactics are growth marketing, email marketing, but also offline marketing tactics like flyers or going to an exhibition with your company. An important part of content marketing is the creation and distribution of content. This content could be online and offline, as I just stated. Both are still very relevant today, and it all depends on who you're trying to reach and where you can reach your audience. But I will come back on this creation part later on. The content you create should be valuable, relevant, and consistent to attract and retain your audience attention. The best content is also new. Don't just keep reusing stuff, keep it relevant and make sure it's as unique as your company. This is very important. We come back to the why of this a bit later in the video. Last but not least, we want to drive profitable consumer action. This is of course the goal of most marketing tactics, and it's not different for content marketing. As a company, you need to make profit, to pay your employees and to innovate and to grow your company. So let's start with the first pillar, goal setting. What are you trying to reach? What do you want to accomplish? Does your marketing goal fit your higher business goals? These are all very important parts to think about. It could be, for example, that you're trying to reach a specific audience to buy a product or service from you. Or it might be that you have a new product that you want to push to a new or existing market. Or last example could be that you're trying to reach or work on your employer branding because you are growing, your company is growing, and you want to attract new talent to work for you. The goals that you set will help you with defining the other pillars of content marketing. First off, define your target audience. You need to know exactly who it is that you're trying to reach. If you're selling flowers, for example, it could be that you're only trying to reach women because they really like flowers. Or maybe you're only trying to reach men because your flowers are the perfect gift for them to give to their partner, friends or family. The knowledge of your audience is also very important. It could be helpful to create buyer personas for the different target audiences that you're trying to reach. This will help you to understand their needs. The different persona probably have very different or very specific demographics that will help you to tailor messages specifically for them. This will also help you to identify the channels where each persona could be reached. I already touched it before, choose your channels wisely. It's important to know where your audience's attention is. By knowing your audience and knowing the channels where to reach them, you already know who you want to reach and how you're going to reach them. The last part then is the content or visual medium through which you are going to tell your story or share the information. Here it's essential to know what resonates with your audience and what information they might be looking for. Know your audience and tailor a resonating message toward them. And use the correct type of content to attract and retain their attention. All of these different parts will help you to accomplish the consumer action that you're trying to reach. This is another link in the chain of content marketing. Knowing what you want your audience to do. It's very important to think about the action that you want your audience to take. All these different parts are important to think about so that you can create content that converts. Through knowing your audience, you know what type of content they might want to see. You can tailor a message specifically for them. And then of course try to get them to take the action that you want. If we summarize content marketing in short, there are 5 things that you should pay a lot of attention to. First off, it's goal setting. This is the most important part that you can't miss. Without a goal, the other 4 elements can't be described well. If you have a clear goal, you can define the audience that fits this goal. If you have defined your audience, you can make assumptions about where their attention is. You can tailor content for your audience and adapt the content to the channels where you'll share it. And then last but not least, we want to trigger the consumer action. Don't forget this last step, or all your effort will have been meaningless. Think about the different layers of the marketing funnel and how you're gonna lead your audience through it. What does it take to reach your goal? Write down a list of assumptions and test them in your campaign. What message converts best? What type of content keeps a certain audience from scrolling through? And what platform has the most interaction? Different factors will help you identify successful campaigns that you can scale afterwards to reach more of the audience that performed the action that you wanted. That was it for this first video, where we broke down content marketing for you. I hope you stay tuned for more content creation and content marketing tips and tricks. And I hope that you enjoyed this piece of content about content marketing. Yes, we're going really meta here. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.